Anyway, enough of the big picture. I'll hand you over now to our organiser, Stuart.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming. Sorry about people standing up the back. It's nice to see a full room. As I say, our last meeting was in December last year. You know, it was sort of like after the elections, etc., etc. But it was a meeting before the elections, in fact. And talking of the elections in Southend, we managed to fill 17 candidates, which was great. Hats off to everyone that stood. And our vote, well, basically we took near enough 4,000 votes in Southend. We only dropped to 500 from the year before, and that's because obviously we had a general election at the same time, so people really wanted to hammer Labour, and unfortunately smaller parties like us got hammered. Now, I say smaller parties, I'm going to get to that, and we're not small, trust me, we're not. There's a lot been going on in the British National Party over the last few months. A lot of derogatory terms, a lot of people thinking this, people want to take. Everyone's heard the stories, etc., etc. Well, believe me, ladies and gentlemen, I spend a lot of time with Mr. Griffin, and there is no way that man is a thief. There's no way that man will ever let this country down. No. He stands up. Do you know, I'm going to let you into a few little sites, you know, obviously being around Mr. Griffin. He can't even go shopping. He goes shopping and he gets people actually, they don't leave him alone. They want to shake his hand. It's not because they want to beat him up, they want to shake his hand. So all this derogatory terms in the newspaper that he's hated, he's not. When we're around, you know, obviously it's more people coming up to shake his hand and to congratulate him on what he's doing for this country. Because without people like him, we'd be nowhere. And he's changed the British National Party, man. I've been in nationalism for 30 years now. I've seen the change, we've moved on, we're respectable, and we can win, and we're going to take this country back. And believe me, we're going to... Talking on the terms of what Alistair was saying about democracy and that in this country, democracy does not exist in this country, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fault. If you go against the establishment, you're cast as a Nazi, a fascist, or you're a fag, or whatnot. When Mr. Griffin got turned down to go and see the Queen, I was standing next to him, and he leant over to me and he said, "Stuart, that's the best thing that's happened." And do you know why it happened? Because we held the press all day long. We was in Millbank Studios all day. He was in one interview to a live debate. He was on Sky. He was doing makeup. He come out tanned. You know, what is happening? Tango, yeah. And to believe me, that man, every question that was fired at him that day, he rolled it off. And in 2014, we are going to lose someone very credible to the British National Party, and that's Mr. Griffin himself, because he has said that he is going to stand down. There's 15 years of coming up. Now, what's bothering me is that there's no one to take his place. There's all these great people that go, yeah, he's it. What I've seen of these people, the butlers and co and that, they ain't got a leg to stand on, because they will crumble under the pressure that man's been under. So, everybody, you need to join this party. You need to have a card like this. You need to send your money in, like I do. I send my money in, you get a nice letter back. They tell you where that money's going. £10, whatever. The coupons are up the back there. Just fill it in, send it in, and that's going towards something worthwhile. Because everybody in this room goes and spends £10 on a pint, or they go and spend £10 in an Asian shop, or whatnot. Give it to the British National Party, because this party needs it. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the party's financial situation. Yes, we are in £500,000 worth of debt, but not as debt as what you would know. It's all loaned off, and they get paid back so much. So we're not going to end up bankrupt. We're not going to end up going down the pan, like it's all been said and that. Jim Dowson is a very clever man, he's a businessman, he knows what he's doing. People in this room are business people. They know how to move money about, and he knows how to do that. And if we fought 3 big elections and we ended up not in debt, what would people then be saying? Well, how comes they fought all them elections but they're not in debt? So there'd be some skullduggery, it would all fall on the fund holders then, wouldn't it? Where they've been holding thousands of pounds and not banking it. So whatever way we go, and because I've made contacts here in Southend, I've got printing firms now that are willing to do all our printing next year. We sent out a letter to the businesses, we went out and done that, didn't we? Yeah. They wrote back to me, a nice firm up in Southend-on-sea, they're going to do our printing for us at an half-cut cost. We make contacts. I make contacts all the time for the British Social Party. So of course they can turn around to me and say, well Stuart, you can help. I say, no, we'll pay. Because we've got the money in Southend to pay. Because now we're going to be having meetings every month, up until May. We're going to get a nice pot because I want most of my candidates to have nice leaflets with their face on it, nice cars, nice promotion, instead of going around with the stuff that they produce at head office. Yes.